scenery.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guys, everyone, welcome to episode 7, season 7 finale, The Dragon and the Wolf. I just have to start off by saying, I said something was going to happen on the boat. Something happened
Sex
on the
always
boat.
happens on the boat. That's why you get a boat. That's why people own boats. Is to have sex on the boat. Chris Rock said there was no sex in the champagne room. But he ain't said nothing about not having it on a boat.
Hey, man, Warren, how's it going, man? Warren's on location. Warren's got a little dragon behind him. Which one is that? I don't know which dragon you got there.
I'm not quite sure. He was just kind of here. I kind of just was walking, and somehow I ended up in Valeria. And there's some dragons and shit. This motherfucker cool, though.
All right. Of course, we
call him Smokey.
Smokey. We've got Lou Rod in the house. Lou Rod, what's up, man? Now you can talk, Lou. Now you can
talk all you want to, Lou.
Look, we got sex, we got throats, and then we got some political climate.
Yep. And finally,
okay, let's talk.
Sam is about to join in, but also we've got Andrew, the resident book nerd. I want to ask you something later on as we go through, but how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, and I can promise you this ain't in the books, but it's gonna be, because this is one for the ages.
All right, and of course, and look who joined us here, the man with the notepad who took down. We know Sam took down some notes.
Of course he did.
That's the crazy stuff. I didn't take that. I didn't take down that much notes.
Oh my god!
It was so
the one time, Sam, you need to take notes.
You can't take notes when your face is melting. Okay, you can't take notes when your face is melting.
What?
Did you
I'm hot
melt,
too, man.
Sam? Did you melt when Littlefinger died, or when John finally went and tapped that ass?
Okay. Oh, that was a gross scene. The way they played it out was so good.
We'll deal with that in a second. Let's start with the first scene in the very beginning.
Oh, by the way, you see him waving at you in the back, right?
Is that Drogon?
Maybe not.
Okay. I did take down some notes, so you guys don't be in despair yet. I did take down some notes.
No, but let's start with that first scene at the very beginning when they all get to King's Landing and they get to the Dragon Arena and the conversations that they had. What did you guys think about that? I'll start off with you, Andrew. What do you think about that? Just that whole setting before? I mean, all the way down to when Cersei even said, like, "Screw it, I'm out."
Yeah, I thought that was a very strange choice for. Wait, am I the only one hearing this whistling?
Yeah, there's a little whistling.
I can hear whistling.
Might be me in the background a little bit there.
I think it's. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm just muting on Warren for a second. Yeah, it's Warren.
Yeah, it's Warren. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like
Drogon cry.
I thought it was a weird setting because either Cersei had a trap for a bunch of people to come out of the little entrances at the pit, or Daenerys could just swoop in on a dragon and just burn everybody, kill everyone. I was like, this is a weird setting. When they started talking, I was laughing because, of course, the star of this show, Euron Greyjoy. Like, of all the villains, like, he's top 5 to me for sure. Like, he's been one of the best because he's always got lines for people.
Okay, all right. You like the way Euron kicked it.
I love the way Euron just attacked.
Warren, you have to unmute yourself just because I had you unmute, and for some reason it's not unmuting you here. So yeah, you gotta unmute yourself.
I hear him just fine.
I can't hear Warren.
Well, that's you. I hear him.
You muted Warren for yourself.
Yeah, you muted Warren on your end. He's still coming through.
Okay, Warren, talk because I'm listening to the live stream. I can't hear you on the live stream.
Good.
Nah, he said something.
He don't hear shit. Just keep talking, Warren. You'll get it eventually.
Oh, I know what it is. My bad. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. Warren. Sorry, Warren.
Now he's muted.
Is he muted? I'm muted.
Now he's muted. Warren, unmute yourself, brother.
Sorry, we just going through technical difficulties here.
Oh, Jesus. We can't get anything right. I'm about to go tell my homie Smokey if we don't get this started. I mean, what's going on, man?
Sorry,
what's
Warren,
good, Smokey?
Yeah. Warren, you said you were saying stuff. Sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
I said Euron he was like, I came here to be the dick, and just proceeded. Let me get my shit out of the way and proceed with this. I just want to let you know Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. I'm out.
Okay. How about you, Lou? Lou, now you can talk. So feel free to express your feelings on the episode. At least that intro start off.
You can say anything.
Dude, the episode was great. Like I said, we got a throat slashing, which I knew it was coming, but by gosh, she was fucking relentless with it. Then you got the love making. You know, he couldn't resist no longer. In the dragon pit.
We'll get to all this, Lou. Hold yourself back.
Let's stick to the start, man.
Stick to the start, Lou. Hold yourself.
Oh, I don't care about that boring political shit.
Okay,
Cersei's a dumb bitch. And that's that.
Lou's like, I've held my tongue for 3 episodes. I have held my tongue. You will hear me.
God damn it. When fucking Euron finally dies, you know, it's going to be funny if he dies by Theon's hands. I guess it would be poetic justice, but honestly, I want him to die by someone manly and not fucking Theon.
We'll get to that in a sec. Sam, how about you? What do you think about that whole opening sequence?
No, it was
Euron's gonna try to kick him in the dick again and take an L. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh God! Oh, I got lines about that kicking the dick, but yeah, that'll be fun. But the thing is, I think the most interesting conversation at the beginning was the one where it says maybe it is all about cocks at the end. You know, when you're talking about the guys
Unsullied
don't have cocks, but then why would you fight if you don't have a cock or whatever? But then when he said, oh, maybe it really is all about cocks at the end, and then you think about everything else that came this episode, but you think about the war, the Robert's Rebellion wasn't really fought for the reasons they thought it was. It was really about 2 guys and their egos. You think about everything that has happened. You think about what Littlefinger's been doing. It's like, really, maybe all the problem in this series that we've been watching, maybe it really is about just dicks, okay? Maybe a bunch of people with dicks decided to burn the damn world, you know?
Let's rephrase that, though. Robert started that fight thinking the girl was kidnapped.
Yeah, he did think.
Rhaegar only defended his honor because he was challenged.
Yeah,
now he lost the battle.
Rhaegar, she was engaged to Robert, and Rhaegar took her. And why? Because Rhaegar was thinking with his, you know what?
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. So again,
when would we learn?
Exactly. I mean, basically, Game of Thrones is the foolishness of men. But okay, so let's get down to Cersei, right? Because you know the other scene I liked was the second scene where she spent time with Tyrion, and if you know, she hasn't spent time with Tyrion since season 5, maybe, or 4. Is that the last time when did Tyrion kill his father?
Dude, you're missing some awesome parts before you even got there, man. Oh,
what parts? Okay, I mean that's why
when Cersei is talking is about to come out before she goes to meet everyone else, and she's talking to the tower and to the mountain, and she goes, kill the white-haired bitch first, and then my brother, and then whoever else, and then the reverse happens when the Hound is leaving the donkey with the White Walker, and he goes, whoever touched that will be the first. I'll kill that person first. So it's basically like 2 brothers being given the same kind of like the same instructions. Who do you kill first? There's that whole kind of they kind of built up that whole maybe they're gonna fight this episode. Maybe they're gonna fight this episode, but it never really came together. But it was pretty cool. I kind of like that the similarities between the dialogue there.
True. Okay. Before I even jump back to Cersei and Tyrion. That meeting itself, you know, where I love the fact that the Hound let the White Walker almost grab her. I mean, I'm sure that had to be planned. I mean, that was
definitely planned.
You know,
that was definitely planned.
The Hound basically, I mean, it was how many steps away? No one moved. You could tell. I mean, like no one on both Daenerys or Jon Snow's side moved. Even the Mountain was slow because he should have been able to stop that thing much quicker. There's a lot of steps there, but
and Tyrion dropped another good line, man. We're missing some of the best lines in the opening, man. When Tyrion,
if you were taking notes, we'd have these lines.
I have the lines here. I took notes, sir.
You are the resident note taker. Take the notes down, and we have the lines.
Tyrion is talking to the Hound, right? And he goes, and the Hound goes, seems like every bad idea has a Lannister cunt behind it, right?
Yeah.
And then Tyrion goes, and some Clegane cunt to help them with it. And then Cersei comes out with the mountain, and you have the Hound with Tyrion. It's like, yeah, Lannister, you're Clegane. Clegane, you're Lannister. Now have at it. It was actually pretty cool stuff. The imagery and just the dialogue was pretty good for the finale.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go back to Cersei and Tyrion. What do you guys think of just that scene? Because I mean, he put himself on the line. He said, "You know what? Kill me. You know, I didn't kill Pops because I killed your son. You know that very well. And you know, I loved your kids as much as you did." And he put himself on the line there. I mean, that was a huge bargaining chip. But Andrew, what do you think?
I thought it was stupid. It made no sense to me. It's like you're dealing with the most murderous woman in all of Westeros. It was one thing when he was there the first time when he snuck into the city, when she can say, "All right, I'm not going to kill him because I want to draw Dany out and be able to kill her." There's no way if she's got him alone in a room that she wouldn't just say, "Screw it." Like we've seen Cersei make bad decision after bad decision. That was just another bad decision waiting to happen. And for her to make the smart move just seemed like ridiculous to me. It seemed like I
disagree though.
Undeserved.
I looked at it more like she knew she couldn't kill him there, because if she did, there are 2 dragons in the air, and those bastards will burn that castle down with her in it. That's how I looked at it.
No, and about 5,000 soldiers sitting on the outside waiting for the hootie hoo call.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the logical, smart decision. We've been watching this show for years. How many times has Cersei made the non-logical, non-smart decision?
See, but in this episode, she made logical. I think she made logical decisions for herself. The reason why she said yes is
she's always thought of herself.
Yeah, but that's why she took the meeting, because she wanted to.
She's not thinking of herself. She's thinking of that baby. That's what that is.
I think she wanted to. Cersei thinks about no one but herself. Okay. Even the child is a bargaining chip. Simple as that.
I think she bluffed, brought Tyrion in, came out, lied, and then, of course, we all saw what happens with Jaime, which we'll talk about. And then just to set herself up to say, look, I have played all these moves so that they look like I'm working with them. She didn't want. I don't think she wanted. I personally think from the get-go she didn't want it to make it seem like it was an easy thing.
Well, she didn't need to play the game like that, but I don't think she was expecting Jon to have sided with Daenerys. I don't think she was expecting that. I think she was expecting the guys from the north to be just as ambitious as she was, so they wouldn't bend the knee. But at the end of the day, when she had Tyrion in that room and they're having that whole conversation, we kind of saw a side of Cersei, even though she was trying to be even though she was trying to be all duplicitous and whatnot. We kind of saw a side of her in that she does recognize that for Tyrion, his niece and nephews are dead. She does recognize that. And even while he's trying to apologize, and she's saying, I don't want to hear it. She's basically saying, I don't want you to be human to me. I don't want you to be a person. Your love, your pain, your whatever does not matter. Like, I don't want you to be a person. So she recognized that he does have true and genuine feelings for his nieces and nephews who are dead, but she just did not want to see him as a person. And that's very indicative of who she is, because everything is all about her. She basically frames herself away from what she doesn't want to see. She blocks it out, and only what she wants to see is what she goes for. And that plays out through this whole episode. We see different instances of her. Instead of doing things that basically benefits people she cares about, she does things that benefit just herself, and she doesn't want to hear. She translates things to basically where it's she's the one that's the victim, whereas everyone else is basically coming against her. That was very telling. That she played that part very well. I really liked that. I really liked the way they framed that actual conversation and that whole scene. It was pretty cool.
Lou, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to give the disclaimer now. This is spoiler talk, and if he decides to put up a spoiler image in the thumbnail, don't effing complain in the comments below. You've been warned. If you don't like it, leave.
Just to be safe, I promise I won't put any images of the boat.
No, what you should put is if they have an image of John and Danny in the bedroom doing their thing.
YouTube will let me put that image up.
They show nothing irregular there.
Well,
the
only people that would be complaining about that would be on the West Coast who don't have HBO Go. Because it plays at the standard at around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over here. So unless they have access to HBO East through satellite, or if they have HBO Go, then they won't be able to see it.
I will tell the West Coasters now.
Game of Thrones season 7 finale review. Why would you watch a review of something you don't want spoilers for?
Yeah, while we're on this, HBO, if you're watching this, stop naming the fucking shows because it makes it so obvious what's going to happen. Every single episode, you know exactly what was going to happen because of the title. As soon as they said The Wolf and the Dragon, I said, oh, Danny and John are going to have sex this week.
Hey,
come on, man.
But come on, we talked about this last week.
I've been preaching it for the past 6 weeks.
No, we've all known that Danny and him were going to hook up since like season 4. But my point is like, it's like every week, it's like Beyond the Wall. We knew they were going Beyond the Wall. Okay, that one wasn't as bad. There was another
one. Almost as though let's just talk about the hookup so we can get it out of the way because everyone's going to talk
I know. Okay, let's get it out of the way. Let us get it. No. First, before we even get to the hookup, right? The prelude to the hookup was the first part. Remember when they were in the
dragon pit? Homeboy wanted to stick his tongue down her throat.
Can I just say something real quick? Like they took the scene that almost everyone has been waiting for almost 2 seasons, and they made it the grossest thing ever. Just the way they delivered it.
That's what they do.
They wanted to remind you exactly of what it was. So remember, but before we get there, let's start with the dragon pit. Remember, he comes up and he says, you know, your kind isn't lost. You're still here. You're the last of your kind. And she's like, yeah, I won't have kids. And he goes, who told you that? You know, it's the witch who killed my husband. And he's like, that shit is not reliable. That's basically what he said.
Magic wolf.
I know. He basically just said that. He's like, that's like a bad like fake Nigerian email from.
That's like in middle school before everyone took health class. And you get bad advice from your friends. That's not how that works. And you're like, no, my friend John told me. I was like, and you're gonna believe John. John still wets the bed, and we're 13. Do you really want to listen to John?
Yo, the chat's laughing. Yo, the chat's rolling. They wanted some extravagant sex scene. They wanted her getting hit from the back, riding him like Drogon.
They wanted that. She wanted that. They wanted that Drogo sex scene. That's what they wanted. They wanted that Drogo sex scene.
Rides the dragon.
You can see the sunrise in the back. There's fireworks and shit. They want some damn near Watchmen level sex scenes with this shit going on in the background. And everybody, the things are exploding, and you know
the fire shoots out the.
They wanted to see fire and blood.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh my god. No, but even that scene too, right? So getting to the scene of how like it started, right? It starts off with Sam coming in, and then that was the most normal we've seen Bran, by the way.
Yeah.
Because Bran was like, oh, Sam, I'll tell you, you're a good man. He didn't come to all and he's like, I'm the threat of him. He's like, oh, I have no idea what that means. And then they got into it, and he goes like, you know, Sam is the bastard son of the Targaryen and my aunt. And he's like, no, actually, I transcribed that. I was listening to my woman, and that sounded really important. So I transcribed the whole thing, and I realized that, yeah, he's actually a Targaryen. And he's like, really? And he goes, can you check? And Bran was like, 1 second.
Let me bring up Westeros.
My man did a YouTube search.
I know.
And then hit the DVR button.
But Sam had released probably had the least lines in this series. I think his scenes were actually probably one of the best in this episode, because at the end of the day, when he came in and he goes, Samuel Tarly, and he's like, oh, I thought you forgot me. And he goes, and then Bran goes, I never forget. And Sam goes, like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. And he goes like, oh, what happened to you in the North? I'm the three-eyed raven. Like, I don't know what that means, man. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you saying? But it was pretty cool. He kind of gave that doubt, like what everyone you would hope other people would have said to Bran. He kind of finally said to Bran, like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, for real, what are you talking about?
But then the explanation of the scene, and then you get Jon Snow go.
And she opens up the door. They look at each other, and she just opens the door wider, like, "Yeah, Poppy, come in."
The door was like, "You're coming in." And then we see someone's figure at the back of someone's head. So I thought it was Mr. Mormont, Jorah Mormont.
It's Jorah, huh? Yeah.
I thought it was Sir Jorah.
Oh no, don't worry, boy.
No, they're not gonna have Sir Jorah. Not gonna have Sir Jorah watching him take another L. Watching the L happen.
Already gave him the stink eye.
But here's the thing, though. Tyrion had that look. It wasn't a look of like, oh, okay. But it was kind of, I was a little concerned. I don't know. I mean,
Tyrion had the look of this isn't going to end well. Like, I think he is like saying this is going to be a problem.
Because Jorah had the same look when they were in the throne room. When he basically said, "I think the best option is for you to fly into the north." And Jon is like, "I think you should. We should go by boat together." And she decides to go by both together. And you can see the look on everyone's face. And
because Jorah's case, though, Jorah was hating. Jorah was trying to prevent it. Tyrion is thinking, like, logically down the road, like, an alliance is good, but maybe...
Man, Jorah was cock-blocking, man. Coming in with that, what you call that smooth criminal cock block. That's what he came in there with.
Yeah, no, I agree with on the Jorah part, but yeah, I mean, with the things that Tyrion doesn't know, and I love the fact that Bran stated for the audience, that part was that he is the heir to the Iron Throne. That was the most important thing throughout the season that said it clear. I mean, not even throughout the season, throughout this whole show, really. I mean, for people who haven't read the book like myself, compared to, Sam and of course our resident, book nerd there, Andrew. I mean, this was that clear representation of saying,
even Maester Andrew.
I think the show has it better than the book. Like I said, I think the book hasn't even got there.
Yeah,
the book, the only one that actually got there saying, like he is the heir to the Iron Throne.
Yeah, the book hasn't
the reason why the book hasn't gotten there yet is because Homeboy taking his sweet ass time to put the shit out.
But yeah, so I mean,
shit came out 4 years ago.
I did like that aspect of it where it actually clearly stated that to the audience, because and I said it. That is the prince that was promised. Is that child? That is. I'm going to stick with my. You guys can take it to the bank next season. It's gonna happen.
I don't know. I think the prince's promise is that baby Danny's gonna have at the end of this whole thing. I think that's the prince's promise.
She's getting miscalculated.
You know that the wall came down, so that baby is gonna take too long to arrive to be the prince that saves them.
Well, no. Who says the prince is gonna save it?
Jon Snow is the prince then.
Jon Snow's not a prince. Jon Snow ain't no prince. Yeah, he's not a prince right now.
No, but he was a prince when he was born.
His name is Rhaegon.
His name is Aegon.
Aegon Targaryen. My bad. Sorry, I said Rhaegon.
But you know what? The funny thing is, we haven't touched on the fact that it's the brother from season 1. He got recasted for a 3-minute scene.
That is true. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
He played 2 roles.
Yeah, that is so.
Yeah.
So basically, Danny's brother is the one who played. Yeah.
Viserys. Yeah.
Viserys. Yeah. So
that's probably just fan service.
Because it's described that they say that Viserys looked a lot like Rhaegar, but like he has like a little more evil tone to him. So it's probably like that's why they said, all right, 4 years have passed. You probably got put on some weight. You're not like 17 anymore. You can play this other guy and you have a different personality.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but with the prophecy, yeah, I mean, you could say, I guess you could say he is the prince that was promised because he's been fighting as a non-prince, and now he shows up as a prince. Once, Sam and Bran basically do the confirmation. They don't need anyone else because High Maester wrote it down. So it's factual, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in
still,
books.
it's still going to take 8 months for them damn people in the Citadel to verify it, though. But like, at least the people in the North will know.
Yeah, no. Okay.
They can't verify because Sam took the book. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
don't just call up Maester Andrew here, and he'll sign it. He'll verify. Listen to Raven. He's
All right.
like, I ain't cleaning up no more shit. But I can confirm this. If I can confirm this, I don't want to clean up no more shit.
All right, let's talk about.
Let me get my chains.
Let's talk about the death that we knew was coming and how it started. That whole scene with Littlefinger and Sansa. I was sitting there. I was like, oh man, come on, girl. I mean, really, Sansa.
I kept saying it, man. I kept saying it.
I was thinking that, and then we got the second scene.
Kept saying it.
And I was like, okay. So what did you guys think? I don't even have to describe it, but I'll start off with you, Sam. What did you think of just both scenes?
It was actually very well done because I really, really thought that, she was going to do something stupid. I knew Arya wasn't going to die, but I thought she was going to attempt to kill Arya. But the only time that they gave it away was the smirk. When Arya enters into the Great Hall, and Littlefinger has a smirk on his face, I'm like, oh, yeah. That just gives it away. Littlefinger, you're about to get so hard, man. You're about to get fucked so hard. But the build-up was really great. The build-up was good, but then we never really thought about the fact that Bran is a family member. So Bran probably was probably giving them some information as well. And it came out that Bran was giving them information.
So, off-screen information.
Well, no, what I think was, and I kept saying this, when I said they might have known this was going to go down because Bran probably led them in the direction to allow the process of this to happen the way that it did. So I was like, they're not going to turn on each other. They're very well aware of what's going down. And eventually, this is the game he's going to lose. And he lost it.
No, I mean, that is true. I think the sad part is that I would have loved to see it, but if you see it, it loses the weight that you got at this point,
Arya was cold. That scene, she was so cold. It was like merciless. It was merciless. She just comes out, murks him, and walks back. Like, okay.
Yeah, she puts that sword back in quick. I mean, the knife in quick. I was like,
poetic justice, right? His own knife was the one used to kill him.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wanted to took the face.
What? I didn't hear you.
Chaos is the ladder. He started all the chaos, and it came back to bite him.
Yeah, true.
I wonder if he got a new phone. I wonder if she went and got that face real quick. This might come in handy.
She probably would. I'm thinking it would come in. She probably did get the face because the waist.
No,
he's a very.
She could. That's how she's going to get close to Cersei. That's how she's going to do it. It's going to be through Peter Baelish.
Yeah.
That's how she's going to kill Cersei. Through Peter Baelish.
I don't think so because I think it's going to be Jaime. We'll get to that in a second. But Andrew, what do you think about that scene?
Well, I think there's going to be a whole scene.
Oh, the scene with Arya, Sansa, and of course the death of Littlefinger.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was like really stupid. I was like, I didn't trust Sansa to pay it off because we've been saying like Sansa's been making dumb moves, but like when I heard her say a certain line where she said, "I'm a slow learner, but I learned," and then I realized what was happening is that like Sansa really was listening to him, and she was like starting to panic and make bad decisions, but she was paying attention, and then she started to like one thing clicked, and that led to another thing, and then she realized that he was just playing them against each other, so she was stringing him along. Yeah, get the payoff, and then I started thinking about it, and I respected it a lot more. I thought they executed it very well.
You know what the big lie was, right? When they were because Arya played the same game. He played this. Arya and him played the same game. You know what the big lie was, right?
What was it?
That Arya ever want to be the Lady of Winterfell.
That is actually
That's the lie. And when she heard that part, then everything got confirmed from there because she know that ain't true.
Has always been a tomboy. Because remember when even that conversation with Arya and Sansa was last week, where she said, "I picked up the bow and I kept on shooting and shooting and shooting, and finally I got it and Dad clapped." like that was the proudest I've ever seen him, even though it was supposed to be wrong. That was the other, like that was a self-confirmation to the lie. I'm saying my sister's always been a tomboy, so her being a killer makes more sense than she being the Lady of Winterfell, like you stated there.
It confirms that whole scene from before when she is playing the game with her, and it says she's trying to tell, can you tell what a lie is? And she's teaching her how to like listen to someone and figure out when there's a lie happening within there. That game that she played with Sansa prepared Sansa for that next particular thing to happen. I mean, once that instantly happened, right. it was like she knows her sister's naive and slow and has to learn it a certain way. And it's like, all right, if I could teach her or get her to get something, it eventually would click in her head, and then okay, now that I get it. But I am running on about 5% battery life left on here, so I'm gonna have to take off, guys.
All right, man.
All right. All right. Peace out. My dragon says peace out. Good episode. Good season. Peace out to everyone in the chat. I'm out.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah, peace, man. But I mean, I do agree, though. I think they laid the nuggets, but that was some really quiet laying of nuggets if you think about it, though. Between Arya and Sansa, it was almost like you had to go back to season 1 to understand the characters, and which most of us, are not going to go back that far with both characters. But let's talk about Jaime. Let's talk about Jaime and the realization that his sister is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaime was, even from the get-go, remember, at Dragon's Pit, Jaime was like, oh, okay, this shit is real, right? We need to do something. Sister says no. Finally, they do the whole renegotiation, and then he's planning to move troops. And she comes in and says, I have this master plan. I've gotten an army from Essos. They're coming with 20,000. And he's like, I gave my word, and these things are coming. It doesn't even matter. We can't beat them. And I mean, to Cersei's credit, I love the fact that she has 3 dragons. She came with 2. What's up with that? She was coming with strength. She showed her whole army. And, he was like, I don't care if he's guarding the fleet or whatever the case may be. But what do you think? What do you think of that whole setup? Lou, start off with you. What do you think about that?
The setup was good. It's just she let out all her anger and put her chips on the table. Like, we ain't going. We gonna stay home, like we always do, and let them get wiped out. And if they come south, we'll handle it. No, you ain't handling shit if they come south. You don't have enough fire to create to handle it. And all you will do will add to his army. And God forbid they learn how to sail. They'll travel everywhere else.
Sam, what about you?
I think you go back to the whole idea, like the whole thing I was saying earlier. Cersei is the kind of person who thinks so much about herself that now it's all about, who's with her or who's against her, right? So the way she framed that question to begin with Jaime was, are you an idiot or are you a traitor? Like, okay, so why are you going to send the army north? And he's like, okay, we gave our oath. We said we're going to go with them north. And then she starts explaining the whole duplicitous thing that she does. And it's like, yeah, you could do that, but, whether the living go there and win or the living go there and lose, at the end of the day, they can still come over and kill us. So it's really not about us. And she doesn't even want to hear that. All she wants to hear is, oh, I'm with you. I agree with you. Anyone who disagrees with her is a traitor, is basically what's it called? They're conniving, or they're an idiot or something. So she showed her true colors, and that's why I think Jaime was like, you know what? I'm not standing here. I'm not going to be the guy who has the reputation of being an oath breaker for breaking his oath as a Kingsguard. I'm not going to be the one who's a Kingslayer for killing the mad king. Now I'm not going to be another oath breaker for saying I'm going to do something and not do it. I'm out. So he held to his guns and he just bounced.
I mean, I like that. I mean, that's the one thing about Jaime I've liked throughout the season is that, and especially the actor who played Jaime, because he's never actually said it, but you've always seen there is some good in this guy.
The book does a really great job of showing the good in Jaime.
Yeah.
The book does a really good job.
And you see, I'm sure the book probably does better, but in the show you do see it come out and you're like, You just love your sister way too much, and this was the season. At least this episode really showed where that love
Obviously
was tested.
Hello. Great conundrum there, E. He loves his sister to death.
Way too much.
Not to death. Way too
I mean,
much.
what the hell? He done gave her 4 kids.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Her allowing him go, now Daenerys will know her plans.
Doesn't matter.
Well, does Jamie tell the plan? That's the question.
No, he will. Jamie
doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter at this point, though, because they already
as long as the army doesnn't show up there, they know something's up and they can start planning for it.
Yeah, exactly. But
and that's where Theon comes in. You guys realize that?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Theon.
If Theon is going, okay, so the whole scene where Theon has to fight with I forgot what the guy's name is, with the captain that rescued him on the ship. Yeah, that was a good scene, especially with the oh god. All right, so I literally wrote this down. Like getting punched in the face hurts. Getting kicked hurts. Getting kicked in the balls, priceless. You got no balls, man. Homeboy had no balls. So kicking him in the balls, nothing.
He kicked him like 4 or 5 times, and the guy he was like,
"What?"
He was like, "This is the one time where Ramsay did me good, even though really not." But
that scene, so that scene kind of says he's going to go get his sister, meaning he's going towards Euron, right? Now, if he's going towards Euron and he ends up getting his sister, let's say he does succeed, that basically kills Cersei's plan. That means that they take over the fleet, and there is no gold company coming to save her ass. So
that is very true. But
that's going to be a very pivotal part of next
season. The scene I liked the most was that scene before, and it was good he stopped Jon Snow to talk, because there's one thing Jon Snow has done well this season, even with his levels of some people would say stupidity in action, but when he talks, he just lays truth out. He's kind of like the truth sayer for this season. He just goes out and says, "Look, this is what it is.
Oh shit!
You're Greyjoy, you're Stark, man. I mean, I can't forgive you for everything, but what I can forgive you for is done." And you could say that's what Theon needed to get out of that Reek behavior that he was langing around in. But Andrew, since
I don't care what anyone says, he's still Reek. He was Reek yesterday. He's Reek tonight. He's gonna be Reek tomorrow. There's no Reek redemption. I don't want to hear nobody saying Theon is gonna get it back together. He's gonna save himself. No, he's always gonna be Reek, and Reek always loses.
Hey, Marlon, I think Yara will be wherever Euron goes. That's where Yara is gonna be. He ain't gonna put her back on the Iron Islands where she could get rescued that way.
On his boat, sorry.
Yeah, she's going wherever he goes, and then, like John says, the pair went even deeper into Theon.
What pair?
The pair of his nuts that he doesn't have, they kicked in even further.
Oh wow! You guys are just vicious.
Apparently, we don't like him that much.
Papa Grande says Theon has PTSD. Give the man a break.
No,
fuck that.
Man. If there's ever a time, if there's ever a person that had PTSD, it is Theon.
Yeah, no, he suffered on the Ramsay, man. Nobody.
But the thing is, Theon always had this thing where he never really knew the person he was. He was never really a Greyjoy because he didn't really grow up in Iron Islands. He was never really a Northerner because the Northerners didn't accept him as a Northerner. The Starks accepted him as a Stark, but he wasn't a Northerner. But was he a Stark? Yes, they always treated him as a Stark. Robb treated him as a brother. Even what's her name? The lady Stark treated him
better
more
than
like a son.
Yeah, Caitlyn treated him better than Jon because
more like a son than
hated Jon.
Yep.
But she treated Theon with like respect and I wouldn't say love, but like fondness because she respected him as a person of noble birth. He wasn't a bastard, and he was someone that Ned was fostering to teach him to be a good ruler when it was time for him to go back to the Iron Islands. So she always respected him more than she ever did Jon.
But this is where.
Well, remember, she didn't respect Jon because she thought Ned was out there dipping his stick in another woman.
No, but that's my point. Like, Jon is the alleged son of her husband, So you're kind of like a stepmom to him, right?
Uh-huh.
And Theon is
like
the son of some Theon is the son of some guy across the island who was raping and pillaging your people. He was murdering you and uprising against your kingdom, and you still treat him with more respect than your stepchild. I understand why she did it, but at the same time, it was like a very odd thing to do.
Yeah,
it was very telling the whole play for Theon, right? So Theon in his head is thinking, I'm kind of a Stark, but I'm not really a Stark. I'm a Greyjoy, but I'm not really a Greyjoy. So when he finally goes back to the Iron Islands, it was like, okay, he's coming in thinking, oh, I'm the only living son left, so I'm obviously an heir. Nah, that's not how it works. That was his first mistake. That's not how it works. He didn't understand how the Iron Islands actually works. And then he came back to Winterfell, his childhood, what's essentially his childhood home, and he figures, oh, if I destroy these guys, then the guys in the Iron Island will accept me as being like an Iron Islander. He just wanted to be accepted so bad that he gave up what he actually was, which was he was both a Stark and a Greyjoy. The best, he could say the best of both worlds, man. But he gave it up.
Well,
he didn't realize that.
he was lost.
In reality, he was more a Stark than anything. He was just a Greyjoy by name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Theon was a kid who was lost.
Yeah, his mind of being lost got him cockless and tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget, this is the way things
I
happened
kept
back
it
in the days,
PGE.
right? This is the way things happened back in the days. People would take, or kings would take hostages from other rulers or some of their vassals just to make sure that they didn't rise up against them. The only difference is, whereas the other rulers are oath bound to care about their progeny, the Iron Islands they don't give a fuck about that. So Theon had a rude awakening. I think
that was a very rare case because Theon's father had so many kids, and literally all like when his last rebellion, they killed like the first 3 or 4 kids, and Theon was the last boy. So that's the only reason why he behaved himself. Was like, all right, this is the last of my line. If I don't behave, then they're gonna kill my only remaining son or whatever. I'm surprised he didn't just take another wife and make another boy or something. But
Maybe his Viagra wasn't working no more.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, speaking of,
should have got some of Davos's crab meat. Apparently, that works wonders.
Fermented crab meat.
Yeah.
If not that, he should have reached out to Walder Frey, because Walder Frey, boy, he kept marrying them younglings like nothing.
And popping kids out. There were many Freys.
Yeah, there were many Freys. Let's talk about
the Hound and Brienne.
I mean, the Hound and Brienne was just a little. It was a no.
Thurman got competition.
It was just fan service in a way for us to see that he's over that fact that she kicked his ass, and the fact that she tells him, "Oh, Arya's back home in Winterfell," and he's like, "I ain't crossing her path."
Exactly. But no, let's talk about that final scene. The very final scene of.
Oh, are we referring to the wall?
Where the wall comes down, and it was cold dragon breath. But it was just a setup. I like the setup for the scene because we had what's his name again? Redhead.
Tormund.
Yeah, Tormund. And then of course the one-eyed guy with the flaming sword.
Beric.
Thank you. And then they're watching, and you see the army of the dead walk out of the forest, and he's kind of looking, and they're still thinking. You could almost see in his head, he's going, "Okay, they still can't make it through. They still okay, that's cool. As long as none of us fall over or anything." And then you just hear the dragon come through, and you're like,
"I'm sorry." First instinct is, you see the army of the dead already at your doorstep. We ain't got the numbers to beat these clowns. Why are we still up here on this goddamn high-ass wall? Why aren't we trying to get down and haul ass and get reinforcements?
Because it's never happened, and you didn't expect it. And
man, screw that. There's 100,000 deep, and they only got 100, give or take, protecting that part of the wall. Just leave.
Lou, I mean, so let's just get this straight. If White Walkers were to show up, we all know Lou's going to be running. That's just what
I'm
I told us right now.
Dead people.
I'm out for the simple fact. And then homie rolls up on a damn dragon that was flying super speed. Because god damn does he look like he was flying fast.
Yeah, that dragon came in with because and like Sam likes to do contrast. Beginning of the episode, we have Daenerys' dragon. What's his name again? Drogon, sorry. Drogon comes in majestic and slow. I love the way he landed and he took off, but he came in stylishly. And then this dude came in like he was dive bombing with like an F-15, just trying to take out a bunch of people out there. It was like Top Gun, man. It was like yeah.
You know why though? Because that dragon was dead. So when it came back to life, parts of its flesh were gone. So it's got aerodynamics. It has less resistance. Air goes through like a plane wing, and so he just like takes off.
Yeah, because the dragon, the wings have holes now.
Yeah.
But then again, if you would have tucked your tail between your legs and ran when you first saw them coming from the forest, we wouldn't get the impression that you died on a damn wall.
No, they didn't die on the wall. He didn't die on the wall. Remember,
we know they didn't die.
No, part of the
going
wall,
into season 8, they will be there. Yeah. But the way that they filmed it, you see that one shot and the wall crumble. We don't see them again. So they give us the impression that those two idiots died.
No, they didn't. The reason why I say they didn't die is because we saw the crumbling of weight cut first, and then they panned outside. That's just the trick to show you. They do a little extra breakage, but once that thing cut, when they ran and that guy, first guy, they looked at one of the bow and arrow fell down. I was like, all right, that's it. They're not dying. That's just pretty much it. Because again, those characters, you got to have a death for them that is visible. Remember last week we got the scare that Thurman was going to die when he was captured by the Wild Walkers, and then the Hound pulled him out. So he's not dying. I mean, look, we got our death.
Oh, come on, man! They killed the Blackfish off screen. They killed a lot of people off screen.
Not him.
Yeah, the Blackfish.
Yeah, but we didn't have the love of the Blackfish though. We've been cheering for Tormund like 3 seasons now. Like it's a lot harder.
They did kill Tormund off screen, man. They know they'll get some hate letters.
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, hateful fan mail. He has to at least get like a hug.
Yeah,
from Brienne at this point. I mean, we all know Brienne hates him still, but he needs to get at least just an acknowledgement. Then he would go out there and kill like
a wink, a blown kiss.
If she blew him a kiss, he would kill 1,000 White Walkers.
Yeah. Then it's only 99,000 White Walkers to go. Like
exactly. If she kissed him,
nope. You forget one thing.
He's dead.
Who's ever left dead at the East Watch by the sea just got resurrected to join the guy's army.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's messed up.
So, but it's not much. I mean, I didn't like 95 people to an army of 100,000 means absolutely nothing.
That was a really good scene. I'm curious to see how far that dragon is going to take the Night King, because he kind of flew off with the dragon. That's the way it looks. It's probably just for effect.
Yeah.
Is he flying ahead of the army to try to start like burning farms and castles? How far will he get before people are like, oh shit, I just saw a dead guy on a dead dragon and they're coming for us? Well,
But also, that also shows that it's actually good she didn't fly in. Because he's flying in, he's going to start burning some villages of ice freezing or whatever that super
it's just blue fire.
It's a blue flame.
Blue flame of death that he's going to be giving. He's going to be using that on a couple of villages, right? So before Daenerys gets there, people are going to be saying that, oh yeah, it must be her, because if you're doing it from the sky, nobody knows who's riding it.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's not flying in is a very, very good thing, because when he comes down with Jon Snow, everybody's like, no, she was right here, and then they can now go, we lost our dragon.
And my question now is, they definitely didn't send a Raven, so they gotta wait until the next time Bran goes to a tree and suddenly realizes that the walls.
Well, no. No.
Bran was at the tree before we started that scene.
Before the wall came down, Bran was warding the ravens, and they were flying through the north. Remember that herd of ravens that flew through?
Yeah, so we'll get that probably at the
and Tormund and them were looking
season.
up. So he saw that, and now he's doubling back. He's going to be like, oh, shit, they broke through the wall.
Okay,
we need to muster up our army.
By the way, what did you guys think of the way they burned the wall? Because it felt kind of weird that they spent so much time setting up that story that once the Night King marks you border, if the whole time the Night King could have crossed the wall, if he just had a way to knock it down, that just seems so weird to me. Like
Dragonfire.
Well, I think
there was magic.
So I think
keeping his magic from knocking down the wall.
No, I don't think it was necessarily. I put it this way. I would say maybe the magic allowed him to enter, but he couldn't necessarily break down the wall. I'm just putting it that way. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think the magic was prevented him from breaking down the wall and everything with his magic. It was magic against magic. Now the dragon is not his magic. The dragon is a whole other kind of magic.
It's from Valeria.
He resurrected the dragon. Yeah.
He resurrected the dragon, but the magic of the dragon fire, is not his magic. So that's how I think there might be there might be something there. You know?
Because it's from
the problem I had
is Valeria.
All right,
we built up 7 seasons of this wall coming down, and it was a little underwhelming.
No,
I guess they blew their load with their money in some of the previous episodes because that ripple effect of the wall should have just went straight.
So here's the thing, right? I think in Game of Thrones, the idea of the wall coming down was only re-resurrected this season, and it shifted to Daenerys and Jon Snow getting together, which is why that was preceded. That's the thing that in most people's mindset, especially the season 2, that we were like, all right, remember before Daenerys crossed over, everyone was like, let her just meet Jon Snow. They can at least team up together. That was the mainstay thought process for fans. So I think they shifted that a little bit. And you're right, budget concerns are probably in there too, but they were like, all right, it makes more sense to just shift to that. And then we focus on that. That's why that setup of the boat scene was tied into Bran and Sam's conversation. And it felt like the reveal of his birth, which was 2 seasons ago. Oh, this is
season. No, it was last season. Reveal of his birth. He's making love to his woman. It's all being narrated by Bran.
So I mean,
it's poetic justice.
So ice and fire make out, and then fire and ice brings down the wall. Exactly. Just simple as that, man. Yeah. It's all about a song of ice and fire, man, in so many different ways.
I think that's definitely it. So I think that's why you didn't get the whole wall. And I think even bringing down the whole wall will be hard because it's the border of the whole north.
Yeah, and I don't think he even needs to. He has to bring down that section so his army can pass through. And as that happens, he's like,
And you've seen from the Night King, the Night King, if he doesn't talk, but you can see his shrewd calculation. He was like, I'm going to go to that wall and I'm going to find a way to come through. Maybe I could even go through myself. And maybe if I go through, all I need to do is kill a couple of people and then I open up the door. It doesn't really matter. See, that's why I think he could probably pass through, but he couldn't bring his army in. So that was
the wall wasn't coming down without that dragon. It's just
I know, but that's why I say I think he knows that once he touched Bran, as long as he can get through, who else can kill him in there in the Night's Watch? No one. Doesn't matter, right? So he goes in, opens up the door, they all funnel through. But when he saw the dragon, he was like,
I got my ticket through the door.
And that was it. Plans change. He's like, okay, all right, we can speed things up. This war plan goes from 100 days to 5. Let's do this.
That was a crazy scene, man. They're just watching the wall crumble. Wow. And finally, we get to see water.
It was just underwhelming.
I'm kind of with
the crumble was underwhelming. It could have been a little more.
Yeah, I'm with Lou. The coming down just didn't look that impressive.
It was just like wall falling down.
It's a wall
like
of
watching
ice.
paint dry Why would it be interesting?
But like we've been.
You want to know why it would have been interesting? Look what we got when they fought at the Black Castle, when the spike was coming down and killing all those wildlings. That was awesome.
That was
We get a freaking dragon blow fire.
People dying.
And that was that was mixing with practical effects, which is cheaper than just. I'm just saying, look, I get it. I know you guys wanted to see like a magnificent wall breakage.
You wanted to see,
you wanted to see the ice fly like Michael Bay, land and crush maybe a couple of White Walkers or something like that. But we didn't get that. I mean,
I'm sorry, dude. Visceron had super dragon breath. I mean, homie was shooting that shit and it was flying 1,000 miles an hour at that wall.
No, I will say
homie was flying at the speed of light. I mean, they made everything too fast for that one scene.
Starfighter.
I mean, Lou, that's a little long, man. I mean, speed of light. Let's just say that he broke the sound barrier. How about that? Just
whatever. Homie was flying so fast, like Andrew said. Since he had some holes in the wings, he became more aerodynamic. He was able to just fucking hit it hard. And then when he was shooting out his magical blue breath, the wall was just cracking so fast, and the final flames are going. I swear to God, it felt like goddamn Goku fighting a Kamehameha.
But that's what it was.
It was a dragon Kamehameha.
Exactly. I mean, so here's the thing I wanted to ask Andrew. So I was looking at the wiki, and the wiki from the last book said that Jamie left his sister anyway.
Left for Brienne. Yeah.
Left for Brienne. Now, he didn't leave for Brienne here, but it's basically still moving on the same path. He left.
Yeah, I think it's finally going towards the book again. But did you see the look, the dirty look that that Cersei gave Brienne when they met?
Mm-hmm.
When Brienne was sitting down, she gave him like, so that's that chick that Jamie was with? Like, why? What does he see in that woman? So it is kind of there. There is kind of this whole idea that the book and the show is kind of coming together with this whole Jamie leaving Cersei to go along with Brienne and her ilk.
Yeah.
Like Marlon said, the Night King is on a goddamn TIE fighter.
But the reasons are different, right? In the book, Brienne kind of gets Jamie because I think it was alluding to the fact that she was going to betray him to the lady, what's it called? Lady
Stoneheart.
Stoneheart, yeah, the Lady Stoneheart. Whereas this time around, there's no Lady Stoneheart. So it's definitely for a different reason, but it is the book.
So which means in the book, most likely she won't still not betray him. She won't betray him.
He probably wouldn't betray him in the book either.
Yeah, that's the thing. So no, I mean, I thought it was interesting. It was funny just watching Cersei come out and her all like Darth Vader outfit and her like her Darth Sith like literally I just thought it was like the whole Dark Lord like army. Now, what did you think? So we talked about this last week when we said her Grand Maester likes to dabble with zombieism of some sort. And of course, he was the first person who just walked up and was like, this is very interesting. Do you think there's something there? I mean, because I know we talked about it as like
there ain't nothing there he can do. There ain't nothing there he can do.
I'm just saying, Andrew, what do you think?
He has an interest in reanimating bodies, and he's been taking people and performing medical tests on them. So I'm sure that was the reason why he was interested. He ended up keeping the mountain alive and being like Zombie Mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he saw that as like, I wonder how I can apply this to my other research. I'm like, nah, homie, like we're burning it.
I'm burning it. Although Sir Davos was kind of taking some time lighting that torch, though.
Well, he's only got like 3 fingers, so.
That is true, man. That is true. I forgot. He lost his fingers to pirating, right?
Yeah, for Stannis cut him off.
Didn't he lose it at Blackwater?
No,
the fight for
Blackwater. Stannis cut him off.
They mentioned this on the show too, but it's even funnier in the books when you think about it. Stannis was starving in a siege, right? So Davos smuggled food to his men. When the siege was lifted and Stannis was freed, Stannis said, "Thank you, Davos." but smuggling is illegal, so I must take 3 of your fingers. So he cut his fingers off at the knuckle.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm dead serious. He saved his life.
Stannis is like a crazy Jon Snow. Let's put it that way.
I think they touched on that in one of the seasons.
Yeah, they talk about it in the show, but like it's very quick, so you don't really think about it. But in the books, it's like talks about it a lot, and he actually like thanks Stannis because Stannis kind of made him rich in the process. But at the same time, it's like, dude, it's like he took my fingers.
Yeah,
it was 4 fingers.
No,
so basically, all he got to do was keep his thumb.
Yeah, the crazy thing is. That is why a lot of people didn't want Stannis to become king. There were more people backing his brother. That's why he had to. That's why he had to
trying to
use Melisandre.
Yeah.
To kill his brother. Yeah. So Stannis was not no one wanted Stannis as king. He was a very severe guy. The book says he was not a pleasant guy. That's why his brother sent him over to Dragonstone and kept him there.
Wow. That is crazy. Future mutant. Cersei will die. Yeah, I think she will die. Now it depends on who. I say it's Jaime. I agree with that whole idea of remember the prophecy of the witch. It's her younger brother, and I think it's Jaime. I do agree with that. But of course, there's also the fact that Arya could be Littlefinger and could be Littlefinger, and then try and kill her. So that's the option there as well. Somebody asked about season 8 spoiler leak. There's none. There won't be none.
Yeah.
And if
they won't come. The spoilers, the leaks will not come out until after they finish filming, where it's harder to go back and change shit because it is what it is.
And if Lou finds them, he will have the same gag order that he had this season.
Or will I? I'll just drop them subtly like I did this season.
No, it wasn't subtle. You couldn't even hide it. You're like, I'm really thinking. I'm like, guy, I know you read this thing.
This time I won't tell you I read it.
It's all right. It's too late. We already know that. Anything else you guys want to add from the season finale? Because I know.
The whole idea. If you remember from I think a couple episodes ago, or last episode, where it said there are people who might have the blood of the children of the of the forest.
Yeah.
So there might be something to that Maester grabbing the hand and saying, "Oh, maybe he read somewhere that the children of the forest created the White Walkers, and maybe he's like, maybe I could do this," because he's really interested in creating life, in basically creating zombies. So he might be the next person creating these items, or he might be the next.
It's pretty easy to create a White Walker, right? Dragon glass, human is Stark. And
Stark. Yeah, a Northerner, or someone who's old.
Let's just call it a Stark for now. And then there might be some incantation left. That's pretty much it, right?
Okay. So he might be the one who figures it out.
Yeah.
There's some magic to it, but like he would have to figure it out. It could be that he read it and said, "Oh, that's stupid. No one's gonna believe this." Or
now he's seen the proof.
But then now he sees it. He's like, "Huh? I wonder if that thing I read 3 years ago when I was making the zombie mountain. I wonder if that might actually be real. What if I could turn the mountain into a White Walker mountain?" And then he'll try that out.
With the same zombie controls that I have on it. Because remember, the mountain still is under control. I mean, the mountain basically is one step from White Walker with full remote control capabilities.
Yeah. The only difference is he's voice activated.
Yeah, voice command.
That's very true. Anything else?
That's about it. Let's see what the notes. My notes were not extensive this time, but I did take notes. So let's see what I.
One thing I wondered, am I the only one who laughed when John was like, when Cersei's like, "I'll do it. I agree to your terms, but the king in the north has to stay in the north. I trust your word. You're Ned Stark's son. Ned Stark's son will tell the truth." And he goes, I will tell the truth. Not do this because I've already declared myself with the House Targaryen. And everyone in the room is just like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
No, but that's crazy because that's exactly almost the same scene I was about to talk about. Yeah, where he goes like, "When no one speaks the truth, words begin to mean nothing, and the only thing left in the world are better lives. So I'm like, oh man, I'm like, John, why do you have to be so noble?
That's true, but
everybody's thinking John bend the knee. John ain't bend shit.
no, but here's the thing.
I don't know.
But here's the thing of what he did. Here's the reason why what he did, what he said, and what happened in the boat. That whole reason of what he did made sure the boat happened, because she realized out of all the men that she had met before, she had met somebody who tried, Jorah Mormont wanted to kill her.
No, he lied to her. He stopped wanting to kill her, but he lied to her. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that was his job, right?
At one point, he was tasked with killing
her. Khal Drogo basically was a forced husband on her. It's not something she wanted, even though that still worked out. Do you remember everything still worked out? The guy who's now guarding the Slaver's Bay for her, what's his name again? Too. That was also somebody who was duplicitous to some degree. Jon Snow didn't come like that.
Oh, what's his name?
Jon Snow basically said, "This is who I am. I am not going to lie about it."
Dario,
yes.
Oh, dude, he was just a playboy. He was just what she called a booty call.
But he fell in love with her.
Yeah, but I'm
he
just saying
fell in love, but she didn't. She just was looking at him like, dude, you a peasant. You're just lucky enough that you're cute and you get some.
Lou's breaking it down with him.
Wow.
But Danny started singing ludicrous area codes to him.
Yeah, but
and then, like I said, she could have easily brought him, but no, she left homie back in Essos on that side of town. Nah, dude, you stay here because, like I said, you don't have royalty, so you don't get this. You just get to do this because there ain't really no one else around to give me some.
Yeah, and now she has. But I'm saying that's the reason why Jon Snow fit, because he came out clear, and he's the way he does things told her this is the one.
Yeah,
that was literally.
That honesty was definitely she noticed that honesty, and that was something. That's why she said, "I should have listened to you all along."
Yeah.
Later on, because she realized that this guy is a man. His integrity is beyond reproach, and that's the thing about the Starks. Their integrity has always been above reproach, but it's also been their downfall because people have been able to play on that loyalty and play on that honesty to take advantage of it.
True, except now with the House Stark, it's not going to be that anymore.
Oh, now that you have Sansa and you have Arya,
especially that conversation they both had, you could tell that was the best, most mature conversation they've had this whole series, where they just kind of went like, "Yeah, I mean, we've grown up." And Arya was like, "What you went through, it was rough, man. Like, no, there was no way I would have." And Sansa was like, "No, you would have survived it. I know you would."
But I think the problem has always been that they had that in Catherine Tully, or Lady Stark. They've had that with her, but the thing is, Ned was not willing to listen to her like that, and Robb also wasn't willing to listen to her like that, and that's why we have this issues. But now I think in Jon we have someone who's capable of listening to his sisters a lot more, who's able to leave her in control of the North while he goes away. So yes, it is definitely a new era of the North. Or for the Starks.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else, Lou, Rod, and Lou, Rod, and Andrew? My bad.
I'm saying it here now. Cersei will have a miscarriage in season 8.
I don't think she's
pregnant. Did she have a miscarriage in the book?
No, the book.
What book?
No, I mean just in general in the book. I'm just saying.
We haven't gotten that far in the book.
No, yeah, in the book, Tommen is still alive, so there's a lot of ancientness to come.
Oh, it would be really messed up to read about Tommen's death, man. Damn, I really actually kind of like Tommen.
And he was another recast because he got killed in season 3, comes back as your king.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is right. He was one of Varys' kids.
The Lannister kids that got killed by the Karstarks.
Yeah.
I like how this show likes to just recast the same people and give them different names. They keep the budget cheap.
And one thing I will say to Future Mutant in the chat room, yes, Wenger out.
Oh yeah. After today, that was just That's just rubbish, man.
That's a whole nother show, but yes, he has been chat room.
Nah, let's never talk about that. But yeah, I mean, no,
Let's Wenger out.
Arsenal football coach.
Oh,
Yeah. But I think next season will be very interesting to see. Does Cersei's plan fall through? Because it all depends on Theon.
Theon.
Yeah.
So is Theon gonna pop up with thousands of ships like his uncle did out of nowhere?
No,
all he needs is one ship. All he needs to do is take over one ship.
One ship, but he's probably going to get on with it with a boat. He's going to come up with a ship. They're going to sneak him in the boat, and then he kills his uncle.
You mean he's going to come up with a boat into a ship?
No, I mean they'll probably have a ship so that everyone's attention is at that ship, and then sneak up with a boat.
The main ship he needs to hit will honestly be his uncle's ship, because his uncle's ship is the one that's the super destroyer.
Yeah.
That's where his sister's going to be, and that's all he wants. He wants
because once he gets the sister and you kill the king, I mean he's next in line, or his sister's next in line. It doesn't matter, either one of the two.
Yeah, it's basically like White Walkers. You take out the leader, and then the rest will just follow.
Yeah. So I think once you do that, you're fine. I think that's where Cersei's plan. I would like to see how Jaime fits in next season, because he's riding all by himself. Winter's truly come, because now winter.
Well, the question is he really riding by himself, or is he going to meet up with the rest of the army that was already stationed outside of King's Landing, ready to march?
He's going to get Bronn, and he's going to go.
Yeah.
What the hell are two of those fools going to do?
Actually, Bronn will come with him, because Cersei does not like Bronn.
Yeah, Bronn will go. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, I think my time here is done. I'm going to go.
Especially
remember planting seeds with Tyrion saying, hey, man, if this thing blows the other way, just remember to look out for your boy. Because
I guarantee you, right?
This was the first time that the heroes of Blackwater actually were together. We had Podrick, we had Bronn, and we had Tyrion together for the first time in how many seasons?
What's going to happen is that he's going to pick up Bronn. They're going to ride there, and they're going to be like, what? And then Bronn is like, oh, no, I just came because of that deal that you mentioned. You said you're going to pay double, right? So, yeah. And then Jaime's like, huh, what? Yeah, and I brought your brother, too. That's just pretty much what he's going to do. Because, I mean, Bronn, if he comes up to Bronn and says, that's right, he knows – Bronn definitely knows that he's done. He can't hang around, because even if he works with Cersei, Cersei's going to have someone to kill him. So,
well, now how about this? What if Jon and Dany and them take out the Night's King and realize they don't want the Iron Throne? Leave it to Cersei. Theon takes the Golden Company. Well, they never make it on board those ships, and Cersei's left to just fend for herself in King's Landing with no army, and she just dies of old age.
One thing is very clear. Daenerys wants the throne.
Yeah.
So that part will not change. Jon is happy to just hang out, and that's cool with him. But
yeah, Jon is happy, but now he done impregnated Dany. Dany got a new husband to be soon, and they gonna have a baby. So she might give up that quest for that stupupid throne just to please her man.
If Dany gets pregnant, she wants that throne even more, because then she's like, I'm the one that restores the Targaryen dynasty. I'm the one that prevents it from dying out. Like, she's gonna be going.
Oh yeah, there's no way she's giving that up at all. I mean, especially the dynasty stays at that point.
And the marrying of family members apparently continues. Sorry, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
that is true.
It is weird, but when I was watching, I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I won't lie, I was like, whoo, yeah. And then he said it, and then I was like, blocking that out of my head. I don't think about it. And then you came on, you're like, I was like, Sam.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Okay, you can't be doing that with your auntie. Okay,
I agree. I'm just saying that the whole time I blocked that out of my head. Okay, I did not want to.
We've known this for almost a season now. We're all pulling for them. It's just the way they filmed it, the way they delivered it. They literally said it while they were in bed together. That's when Bran says it. oh, he's the rightful heir to the throne. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, his name is
He's the rightful heir, and he starts kissing her some more.
Aegon Targaryen, second of his name.
Second, I think it was 8th. Somebody put in the chat said it was Aegon the 8th.
No, he's the second Aegon from Rhaegar. Rhaegar already had a son named Aegar, so I don't understand how that works.
Yeah,
because him and Elia Martell had a son named Aegon already, didn't they?
Well, but he died, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like if I have a kid named Mike and then he dies like as a baby, I'm not gonna name my next kid Mike. That's gonna be weird.
There's parents that you've got the father and then the junior, then the next one is the second or they continue that same name pattern.
I got George Foreman.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that's the only person I know that does that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, unless you guys have anything else, I think we pretty much.
Well, look, the reason why Bronn and Cersei aren't on screen together is because they did go through a nasty breakup because they dated in real life, that was pointed out by Miss Stowell.
Yes, I did see that and like Game of Thrones facts. Yeah,
Marjani Saul.
Both of them dated in real life, and they had a nasty breakup, and that was written into their contracts.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy.
And it makes sense.
That's true.
It makes sense why Bronn left that scene with Podrick to go drink.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wow. They wrote into the contract they can't be in the.
That's how bad that.
That's what happens when nasty breakups happen, bro. You know how women can be.
I think I've had bad breakups, but this is crazy.
That's how bad the breakup was.
This is a real bad breakup.
So yeah, I mean, but see, if I was the showrunners, I'd be like, no.
No, they're not brother and sister in real life.
No, you people should be on scene because that is even better.
Yeah. Oh man, they should have made him into a Stark. That would have been awesome.
A Bronn?
Yeah.
So that he has to be there?
Yeah, so it would have been like button heads, man. That would just imagine the kind of chemistry you would see, the kind of sparks that would fly. It would be pretty cool.
Somebody says 52 weeks till season 8. I don't even know when season 8 is going to hit. I mean, they're shooting in October. Yeah. All indications they should be on time for where we started. This last season, but it may not be.
Well, people are saying we might not see it at all next season.
Up to 2019.
Man, if HBO pulls that cockamamie bullshit, fuck them.
What? No, I
ain't waiting goddamn it 2 fucking years for this show to finish. You're filming in October. It's already been confirmed.
2 of the books.
So why do we have to wait till 2019 just for that stupid fucking book?
2 of the books are coming out.
Relax, dude. Relax.
Those books will see the light of day. All right, those books will go up when Donald Trump's wall goes up. We're never going to see that.
Holy Lord, you're thinking political.
One wall go down tonight, and we're never going to see those books or the other wall go up.
Screw that shit. We're going to wait for a damn book. Bro, the book could be released in freaking February. So you can still release Game of Thrones in June.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Remember, next season, we heard that next season we're getting longer episodes per season. Per episode.
Quite a few.
Yeah. And also we are getting 8 episodes next season. And just to put it out there, I know a lot of people, I've talked to some people and they said, look, HBO said they offered them 20 episodes for the last 2 seasons. And we're only getting 15.
13.
Sorry. No, 8 and 7. Next year's season is 8, not 7.
No, it's 7 and 6. That's 13.
No, it's 8 next season, not 7.
No, it's not. It's 6.
6 episodes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be 3 2-hour episodes or something.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be.
No, it's going to be 6 episodes, not hours. So they're going to do 6.
No. I know the rumor is that 3 episodes are 2 hours next season.
Oh, well, yeah.
That part's still rumored. They don't know how long the episodes will be.
It has.
But it's confirmed. It's confirmed that it's going to be 6 episodes.
Okay, 6 episodes. I will say though that the rumor was 20 was offered by HBO. I would say that rumor is incorrect. I'm not qualifying just because I do know officially the 4 main stars are being paid $2.6 million per episode. So
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why they pretty much said that they were going to end it off. They would like to continue, but they've signed people into contracts that if they re-sign them again, they'd be getting way too much money. So they're just like, screw it, we'll end it, and then we'll do the spin-off shows.
Think about it, 2.6 million per episode. If you were to add the extra 4 episodes to make it 10, just do the math. For just those 4 people, let alone
the
Yeah, but
other
it's not
actors.
necessarily 4. You got to look at it as 7, because they would have gave this season 3 more episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
With next season getting to the other 4.
I know, so, minus your
that's a movie contracts,
special effects, production budget, all that kind of stuff. So it had to end.
But they make a killing in the pirating and also the DVD sales.
They don't make any
the merchandise.
Let's just get it straight.
Well, they don't make money off the pirating, but boy, does this shit still get pirated a lot.
And it still has the highest views. It's now the highest officially watched show. Beating, of course, Walking Dead, which just went down the toilet last season.
Please don't bring that crapazola up.
I haven't even watched it yet. I stopped. I
stopped watching when the governor came last year.
Wow, that was a long time.
Governor last year, dude. You're talking about 3 years ago.
No, well, not when he first started. Like when he had that scene where he had them in a circle and he killed those people with the bat.
Oh no,
that's
Negan. Negan.
Not the governor. Negan. Sorry, my bad.
That was 2 seasons ago. It's only
yeah.
That was last season.
Last season, sorry, that's last season.
I said I'm done with this. Screw this show.
No, the thing that sucks about it is I read the freaking comics, and this show has a tendency to take really big moments and screw them up. So I'm done with them.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up? I think we've covered pretty much everything.
The whole episode, basically.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for chiming in on the chat. We'll have to wait till next year. It was definitely, I would say for me this season, I'm going to ask everybody to just give their thoughts on the season and stuff. Actually, instead of me starting, I'll start off with Andrew. Thoughts on the season, summarizing everything you experienced, you saw, good, bad, faults. Whatever.
Honestly, I gotta say this is the best season they've done, in my opinion, and that's only because it's been the smoothest transition story-wise. I know they had like some time jumps and some express routes or whatever, but in terms of timing, in terms of moving the story along, some very good action scenes. There was no filler and no weak points, no major weak points of the series. I think if we look back at some of the previous seasons, it might have been better if it was only 8 episodes or 7 episodes a couple other times in the past.
Okay. Lou?
Same. Great season. I love the pacing, unlike some of the donkeys over in the world of the internet and all this other shit. Complaining that the pacing's too fast or the pacing is too slow or how does Danny get there in overnight? Did you ever think of maybe for TV's sake, it's just one scene, but they were there for 3 days? Who knows? Hello, just go with it. Stop fucking complaining. What are you going to do next year? Complain even more when the episodes take place even faster? Yeah, bunch of dorks.
Okay, so we don't lose true feelings there. Sam, how about you?
No, it was. I've read that a lot of people were saying that this season was not good at all or whatever. I don't know what you're talking about.
People don't know how to handle time jumps.
Yeah, no, this is probably the best season the series has had since the first season. It explained a lot of things. For people who've read the books, it really gave you an idea that you really didn't know what was happening because it diverged from the book so much. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it really put in place a lot of things for next season. It really put in place who we're going to see in the North next season fighting against the White Walker, and then probably the first half of next season is probably going to be the war against the White Walkers, and afterwards it's facing back south, figuring out what they're going to do with Cersei. It's really laid the groundwork for a lot of interesting things for next season. So I really liked it.
Yeah.
See, that's the question, though. Fight the Knight's army and all this other shit, and half of their army is going to be depleted. What army are they going to really have left to want to go and take this Iron Throne?
Well, I think that's really where Theon comes into play, like Sam says. If Theon has the Greyjoys, it doesn't matter if she has half. The Dothraki army alone is twice, almost 2 or 3 times the size of the Unsullied. They can't match any of those 2 armies in reality. Let's just call it what it is. No one in Westeros can. So even if she's depleted, it would now be a battle, but I think the chances of her winning.
See, the smart thing, they want to ride the Dothraki in. Since they're the biggest army, they should be the last line of defense. Keep them to the back, because if the Night King gets any of those wild hubbers, it's done.
I mean, you do have a point there, but we'll have to see.
I mean, use this, dude. We got to use this.
Once they take out,
you can't send. We can't go with everyone. You gotta have 2 dragons fighting the supersonic dragon.
Yeah, once they take out Viserion, it's basically just a fight with dragons. So it's really how fast they can take out Viserion, and after that, it's just they're done. They just take out the rest of the army.
Because that's the main thing. Once they realize that they have to take out that dragon, once they take out the dragon, it's about the next step is not fighting the army, isolating the Night King.
Yeah, finding White Walkers and killing them.
Yeah.
So you need to have your archers on point. You need to have scout teams. Like every one of those like sub White Walkers, ever not the Night King. Yeah. They're going to be commanding a force. Don't fight the whole force. Hone in on them and get some Valyrian stone or some Dragonstone.
And you take those guys out, yeah. And then of course you taking out the Night King at the very end. That's your strategy, because if you just go in standing in the battlefront to fight, you're not wasting men. You're giving them troops.
Yeah, you're giving them more soldiers.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of I may have 100,000 men, but we need to figure out how to do this properly, where we can take out sub commanders till the Night King himself, and that's pretty much it. But I think for the season, though, I do agree with you guys. I think this is one of the best seasons they've had. Like you said, Andrew, in the chat, season 1 and 2 probably come close, just because of how those seasons set things up. I know, a lot of people have complained about the time jumps, but to me, if you're going to do a time jump in any show, this is the time to do it, especially when you've said you're going to end it for a very dense material. This is if we had time jumps in season 4, it made no sense at all.
And let's be real, dude.
Yeah.
If this show actually followed everything from the books, this shit would probably run at least 15 seasons.
Yeah. Game of Thrones would be going on while my kids are growing up. This is put it that way. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think
Ooh, that's a good one.
And we'll see. Anyone rooting for Sansa to be queen of what? No.
She's gonna be
queen.
She's gonna be Lady of the North. I mean, she's gonna.
Since Jon Snow is Stark and a Targaryen, there's no one who's gonna be king. There's not gonna be a king or a queen in the North. No. Yeah. Basically, he's gonna tie all regions together. He's the prince that was promised, right? He's gonna unite the 7 kingdoms.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, guys. Thank you very much for chiming in. It's been fun.
For about 30 years.
About 30 years, I saw that. It's been fun this season. We'll have to wait till next year. We will be back with Westworld next season, so join us for Westworld. I'm sure Sam will join us as well as Lou. I don't know about you, Andrew, if you watch Westworld.
Yeah, I watch Westworld. Isn't that not coming back to 2019 though?
No, 2018. They're saying spring.
Okay.
HBO taking a 1-year hiatus on every single
I mean, Andrew, we try to I'm like, first of all, my mind was going, if Game of Thrones is delayed, I still got Westworld, and then you just come and be like, I think that's coming in 2019.
My bad.
Yeah, season 3 will come in 2019.
Yeah, but I'll be here for that one too.
Okay, yeah. So join us then. We'll be doing Westworld recap show.
Oh, we'll have a full panel for Westworld.
Yeah, and also we'll do a recap show for a Game of Thrones when it airs. So just stay tuned. Definitely follow everyone. Check out Mr. Andrew Cam. That is his handle on Twitter, the Resident Book Nerd. He's not a Resident Book Nerd for Westworld because I don't think anyone is, because there is no book. But he will be joining us then, as well as also Mr. Lou Rod, aka Board Buddha, sorry. Part of the Booredatwork network. I know. Look, you keep changing the names all the time, so I keep forgetting.
Man, I've kept this one for the longest. And how long have we been doing shows already?
And next is Sam, aka Black Iron on the Booredatwork network himself. That's his Twitter handle. And myself is Booredatwork. Thank you very much. Definitely like, share, subscribe.
I don't think anybody here besides myself watches Snowfall, Poppy.
No, Sam.
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, you enjoying the crime academic?
Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you very much, and always enjoy entertainment.
See, look at that. Sam is my